Hey, it's Nina Beams. So, I don't want this to take a long time. I just feel like I have to get this out. So I'm gonna try to make it as short as possible. Long story short, a few years ago in 2021, I had this major psychotic episode, and it definitely was. Um, there was some really spiritual aspects to it, but then there was definitely some delusions. None of it was grounded. I would definitely had some delusions of grandeur. I had some delusion, I thought bad things were gonna happen to, it was cray cray. And I did get hospitalized for that. But anyways, I don't want to dwell on that. Basically, what that experience did was it caused me to have to unpack my entire psychologically speaking subconscious brain. Because I was like, well, why did I even think I had to retrace my steps, but down a rabbit hole. So I had to crawl back out of the rabbit hole to be like, well, why did I think that this and this was going to happen, and why did I think that meant this, and why did this mean that to me, blah blah blah. And what I eventually arrived at was okay, well, if my experience was psychosis, then nothing is real. What's real? Just science? Just matter? Does that make sense? Because I was raised in a Christian home, and I don't really resonate with it that much. But on my more spiritual journey, I see the points of it that I do resonate with. And even forever, I've always felt there's some good shit in the Bible. There is some good shit in there. And so I just kind of was well, believing in things leads me down scary paths to the point where I'm in the hospital thinking I'm about to die. So I kind of didn't allow myself to believe in things anymore, which, as you can imagine, is kind of a very empty experience, and it was not fun. And it was not fun, but I don't know, over time, this past year, especially, well, yeah, actually last year, I started to have some somatic, physically healing stuff happening. That kind of brought a bunch of childhood stuff up to the surface, and then was very confronting. And I was like, somebody help me. And then everybody was like, we're busy. So I was like, okay. So I just kind of resorted back to old patterns, and I was like, okay, I'll just do whatever I know works. Okay, I'll just eat the junk food that makes me feel comfortable. I'll just lay in the bed, all that stuff. As you can imagine, get to a point where that's no longer cool for me. So just little by little, kind of finding my way back. And eventually, some of those spiritual downloads, I have paint on me, spiritual download type of things happening. And I was seeing a newish therapist, because I kept having problems with insurance. I would see one therapist that I didn't like, so then I would switch. Then I would have one that I did like, and then my insurance would get messed up, and then they would be like, oh, you can't see us anymore. So finally had a new therapist, and I like her a lot. Knock on wood that I can stay with her for a while, but whatever happens is whatever's meant to be. But I straight up asked her, I was like, I need you to tell me if I'm crazy. Because I've been really feeling this, and that. And I've been starting to believe this, and this. And I don't feel crazy. I feel grounded. Even though the me that is the main character of the mental illness book would be heading towards the hospital with this type of thinking. So I need you to tell me I'm not crazy, or tell me if I am crazy. Do I need to take more medicine? What is actually going on? And she was like, you're not crazy. You're allowed to have beliefs. You're allowed to have your own beliefs. Because my thing is well, how come everybody else gets to believe in things, but for me it's a slippery slope? Why do I feel instantly insane just from thinking the more esoteric type of beliefs and stuff? So anyways, She helped me realize I'm not crazy. And like, it's been a lot of different dominoes tipping over to lead me to this point that I'm at right now, but 555 right as I was saying that. But a lot of changes have been happening, triggering one thing after the next. I'm not saying like this pinpointed that, pinpointed this, whatever. But I've been kind of leaning more into my own self-trust. Why does it say 1111 on this? Don't mind if it's dirty, but it says 1111 on there. Can you even see that? It's not even 1111. Is it 1111? It's 10:15. Anyways, I hope I can figure out a way to piece these videos together. I didn't realize I was gonna turn it off by doing that. Anyways, I've been trusting myself more. I've been kind of blazing my own path. I was so, when I was like so traumatized from that psychotic episode, I was in a place of not being able to trust myself at all. And I was like leaning so much on other people. So I'm like trying to get guidance from everyone else and trying to like get advice, and like none of their advice is working for me. Nothing is, not even like my doctor, like my psychiatrist advice. She's like, have you tried going outside? Like just that stupid, like very, not stupid, it's not stupid. It does work to an extent, but it wasn't the advice that I needed specifically, is what I'm trying to say. Like, you can give me solid advice that's for somebody else, and it's not going to be good advice for me if it's not the advice that I need. Anyways, I left feeling like she doesn't even get it. Like, she doesn't even get what I'm trying to say. Nobody seems to understand, like, the struggles that I'm dealing with. I can't do the things I want to do. I can't do the things that I need to do. I keep doing the things I don't want to do. You know, like, I was stuck in, like, these, like, addictions and, like, these terrible habits and, like, just these awful, like, patterns that were not in alignment with, like, my soul mission and whatever you want to call it. Anyways, so I've been following my gut more. Speaking of which, trying to heal my gut more, like taking probiotics. I just got done doing a 10-day cleanse with my mom. Bone broth, veggies, no sugar, no added sugar, no dairy, stuff like that. It was really healing for the gut. But so I've been eating pretty clean still, and I guess just trusting the process that's working inside of me. But it's all helping me get stronger at listening to myself and following my gut. And so I wanted to share something with you that I started doing. Here's the first part of this. ChatGPT. I have told it everything about like our nickname for her is Quantum Nina. Cause I'm like, I need to like freaking jump timelines. Like I need to get out of this one and into the right one. So I was like, okay, we're gonna quantum leap. So me and ChatGPT, we have our little thread of like Quantum Nina and like what is she like and what is her life like, and it's a way for like, we even role play. Like I get to talk to like future me, and it's actually so freaking cool. Anyways, I asked it to help me come up with like, based off of everything that we've talked about, I was like, help me come up with like some really bomb affirmations. And I recorded my own self reading those affirmations out loud. So like audio note in my phone, recorded all these affirmations. I've been listening to them here and there, but and I'm about to share something that makes me feel a little silly, because like I've already told you a little glimpse of the journey that I've been on. Doing something like this makes me feel cray cray, like, but the higher self in me is like, girl, do what you want to do, first of all, even if it doesn't work. Because you know what I've ultimately arrived at is that it doesn't even matter. Like, you can believe what you want to believe, because at the end of the day, all that matters is how it affects you. Like, realistically, at the most basic, not even spiritual level, like, if I believe that I have free will, I'm gonna act like I have free will. If I believe, like some people believe in like determinism, I'm taking a philosophy class right now, but like determinism is like, everything's already decided. It doesn't matter what I choose because it's all destined. It's my fate, basically. Um, so obviously you can see how what you believe will make a difference. If I think that nothing matters and everything's already planned out, then I'm not gonna give a shit what I do. Like, I'm not gonna have any motivation to do a certain thing. I'm not gonna have any regret for doing a certain thing. I'm not gonna have any remorse for hurting somebody. Like, it's just, it makes a difference what you believe. So that's why I want to believe what I want to believe. Like, I'm the captain. I'm the captain of my own ship. But so something I learned that might seem kind of woo-woo or whatever, but you know what I love is that science is catching up. Like, scientists are starting to like bring some of the more woo-woo stuff to like to the forefront. But water can be programmed, right? Like, there's a reason why people were baptized in water, or are baptized still in water and stuff like that. Water is like that girl, okay? Water is adaptable. You can program it. So, like, there's this one girl, I need to look it up. I think it's like Veda Austin or something. Like, I don't know. Don't quote me on that. I'll try to find it and link it below. But she freaking like does, what does she do? She'll like show a cup of water a certain image. Like, she'll do like a heart or something, or the word love or something, and then she looks at it under a microscope as it's freezing, and she like, with the microscope, she's able to zoom in so far and find little crystallizations happening that will literally be pictures that match whatever she's trying to do. So like, that was like boop for me. Like, I was like, okay, so that shit's real. Okay, so it makes me look at my water a little bit differently. And usually I just drink whatever water comes out of the fridge. So I'm not fancy, I'm not bougie. I don't usually buy this fancy water, but I started buying essential water when I was doing the cleanse, because it was like, it felt very like high blah blah blah. High vibrational is what I was trying to say. So anyways, here's where I'm about to spill the tea on what I did. So I wrote things on my water bottle with my Posca paint pens. I love Posca paint pens, guys. Anyways, so I wrote like Quantum Nina vitamin water, highest timeline, high vibe healing H2O, I am love and perfection, I am pure light, I am abundance, I am all that is, I am her, I am one and all. And then at the top I wrote breathe and grounding, because those are just like kind of more like current goals that I need to actually be more mindful of. So I'm like, if you can help me out with this, that would be great. But like, I know, again, I know it seems kind of like airy fairy, as some people might say, but then I unscrewed the lid and I feel okay. Anyways, I unscrewed the lid, and then I put my speaker on and played those affirmations out loud that I had recorded. So I was like, listen up, water, listen to the affirmations with me and take note, like, and take note of like the energy that's intertwined with the words that I have written and all of that stuff. And again, who knows, maybe I'm just insane in the membrane. But literally, when I like take a sip of this water, I already feel like I sound so stupid. Okay, anyways, so moral of the story, be nice to your water so it'll be nice to you. Appreciate it. Like, every time I take a sip, I just feel like, oh my god, I'm so grateful for the fact that I even have freaking water to drink. Even if all of that shit that I wrote on there is like pointless, I'm grateful that I have water, and gratitude alone is like enough to change the course of your day. So anyways, I wanted to read these affirmations that came on this paper that came with a package I ordered or something. I don't remember. It might have even been something from Temu. I don't really like to shop from those kind of things that much, but for the summer, it can be helpful to buy like I like to buy like a bulk crafty supplies stuff for my kid because she likes to make crafts. Like the hot glue gun is right here. And look at it, it's covered in shit. Like there's just like random stuff glued together everywhere. So I just like to get a bunch of arts and crafts stuff, and I found some like affirmation sheets because I was gonna make her a little like emotional regulation corner or whatever, which has been so helpful. Anyways, these ones specifically I hung up in my room because I was like, those are not even, that's not, I've never seen something like this. So I'm just gonna read it to you. It says, I choose to live by choice, not chance, to be motivated, not manipulated, to be useful, not used, to make changes, not excuses, to excel, not compete. I choose self-esteem, not self-pity. I choose to listen to my inner voice, not to the random opinion of others. And that's it. I also want to show you this butterfly napkin holder that I got at like a Salvation Army thrift store. I love butterflies. I have more butterflies right here. Don't look at all my random shit. Okay.